What if I told you there's a way to see Europe without packing and unpacking, without airport lines, and without the stress? In this video, I'm going to show you why river cruising might just be the best way to explore Europe, especially for those of us over 50. If you're looking for culture, comfort, and connection without the chaos, this could be your new favorite way to travel. Now stick around to the end because I'm going to share the one river itinerary that I think delivers the most value and beauty in a single trip. So I was thinking about the other day and I realized that I've kind of neglected river cruising on this channel. So I'm going to make up for that. The next, series of videos, probably 5 or more, are going to be all about river cruising and the good, bad, and ugly about it. Good, bad, and indifferent. Good, bad, and ugly. However you want to say it. So I hope you enjoy. No hassle travel days. One of the biggest travel headaches is getting from one place to another. With river cruising, you have that once, and that's it. Picture this. You want to go see half a dozen places in Europe. Traditional trips or package trips. You fly over there, you get there, you get to a hotel, you're in a hotel for a night or two, pack up, go to the next place, unpack, night or two, pack, unpack. Yeah. That's a hassle to me. I do not like that type of travel. Done it, we'll probably do it again, but my preferred mode of travel is to get somewhere, unpack, and not have to move hotels, not have to move again until it's over with. To me, that's one of the things that river cruising is perfect for. You get on board, you unpack once. Now that floating hotel you're on takes you from city to city to city to city. No early morning flights, no hauling bags, no train stations. You wake up in a new destination without ever touching that suitcase. Unlike land tours where you're constantly on the move, river cruising lets you settle in. You know your room, you know your bed, your dining spot. There's no daily rush to check out and move to the next place. That alone makes the trip feel more relaxed and restorative, to me at least. Now, unlike ocean cruising, river ships dock right in the heart of the city. If you've ever looked at doing an ocean cruise to Europe, you'll see when you really start to look at it, you're going to see that you're not actually docking in Rome. You're docking in Civitavecchia, which is about 90 minutes away, because those big ships just can't get that close to the city. Whereas these river ships, the river cruise ships, they're smaller. They can navigate shallower rivers in safety and get you right to the heart of the city. You're literally going to step off and boom, you're in walking distance to a local cafe, a museum, historic landmarks. No buses, no tender boats. The people that value depth of experience over speed of experience, it's a game changer. Smaller ships, more comfort. We've kind of talked about this a little bit, but river cruise ships typically hold about 200 passengers. Some are even less than that. So that means no crowds, no waiting in long lines, and a more relaxed atmosphere. It feels more like staying in a boutique hotel than a mega resort. The cabins are designed with comfort in mind. Lots of natural light, thoughtful storage, often French balconies to enjoy the view, windows that go down so you can smell and hear the river as you pass by, public spaces that are quiet and elegant with lounges where you can have a drink, read a book, or meet some of your fellow travelers. The service is more personal too, because of the smaller size of the ships and just because of the level of service that the river cruise lines require. Your staff to guest ratio is going to be darn near 1-to-1, if not over, like 1.5 staff for every guest. You're going to feel taken care of. You're going to feel pampered. The staff's they're going to get to know your name. They're going to get to know your preferences, how you like your coffee, what kind of drink you want with dinner, what your meal preferences are. The dining, unrushed, relaxing. The excursions, intimate. I mean, most river cruise lines include, and we'll get to this, but they include excursions with the cost of the cruise. Now, you can still go off and do your own thing if you want, if there's some other kind of excursion you want. But I was just looking at one river cruise the other day for a customer and his wife. There was 3 different levels of excursions. I don't remember what they call it, but it was like walking, jogging, and running. So the level of effort, that was needed for these excursions. Then within each of those, there was sometimes 2, sometimes 3 different excursions at each activity level. So you're not going to you got maybe 200 people on board. Now you've got somewhere between 3 and 9 excursions, and you've got those people who just stay on board or they do their own excursion. They're intimate. You're not going to have you're much less likely to have a bus of 50 people going somewhere. Let's put it that way. Have you ever felt like the big cruise ships were too loud or just overwhelming, the river cruise ships are the exact opposite. Cultural immersion without exhaustion. I love that phrase. So every stop on a river cruise feels like you're stepping into a storybook. You're not just checking boxes. Yes, I saw that. No. You're sipping wine in a vineyard in Austria. You're walking through medieval squares in Germany. You're enjoying a cooking class in Lyon. The excursions, they're designed for curious travelers. You'll find expert local guides who share all kinds of insights you wouldn't get from just reading a guidebook. And because the groups are small, you can ask questions. You can linger in a place and actually absorb it, take it all in. The pace is slower, but it's not dull. You'll have guided tours that are led by local experts, but you'll also have free time to explore on your own. That's one of the many benefits of a river cruise, where, the entire journey, the entire 7-day journey, you might travel 100 miles, 150 miles. You're going to get into port at 6, 7, 8 a.m., and you're not going to leave that port till 8, 9, 10 at night, because to get to the next port, you got to travel 20 miles. It's not like they're going 1,000 nautical miles or even 100 nautical miles overnight. You can explore on your own. You've got time. It's a great mix of structure and spontaneity. For those travelers who want to come home inspired, not exhausted, river cruising delivers, I think, just that right rhythm. All-inclusive, but not one-size-fits-all. So like I said, most river cruises do include excursions. They include drinks with meals. They include Wi-Fi and gratuities. So you're not being nickel and dime every day to buy this, to add that, to do, you're going to be able to relax, enjoy the experience without worrying about, do I have $10 to give to the bartender? Oh, did I buy drinks? Oh, do I need to buy this, that, or the other thing? No, you don't have to worry about that. You can sit back and relax. Now, at the same time, you still have choices. Do you want a walking tour or a bike tour? Do you want fine dining or a casual lunch on the deck? Do you want a spa treatment or a quiet afternoon reading as the scenery just glides by? You make the trip your own. Some lines even offer themed sailings, some that are focused on wine, music, art, things like that. So if you've got a passion or a hobby, there's likely an itinerary that connects with that hobby. This is luxury without pretense. And for couples over 50, that's the perfect balance of comfort and freedom that's really hard to beat. Some thoughtful itineraries that really prioritize quality. So the river cruise lines, they know their audience. They design the itineraries that focus on culture, history, food, and natural beauty. You won't find late night casinos or endless pool parties, but you will find lectures from local historians, wine tastings, guided visits to the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The ports of call, they're carefully chosen. These aren't just tourist traps. You'll dock in cities that are rich in character, where cobblestone streets, ancient churches, and a local market are part of everyday life. And because the pace is unhurried, you have time to appreciate where you are. There's no sense of rushing from one port to the next, to the next, to the next. It feels like a curated experience, not just a vacation. Every detail has been considered to create those meaningful memories. Now, let's talk about the social side without the pressure. To me, one of the quiet joys of river cruising is the people you meet. The crowd tends to be friendly, well-traveled, and curious. You might have dinner with a couple from Australia one night and chat with someone from the UK the next. There's no pressure to socialize if you don't want to. Unlike large cruises, you won't be seated with strangers unless you want to be. There's always the option to find a quiet corner to unwind, just you and your significant other. Many couples do enjoy making new friends, but they also value time alone. River cruising respects that. Whether you want connection or solitude or some of both, it's easy to find. For people that want to connect with others but also value their own time, the balance is really ideal. So what's that river cruise itinerary I recommend most for the first time river cruisers? To me, the Danube River. It hits the sweet spot of culture, scenery, and variety. You're going to visit cities like Budapest, Vienna, Bratislava, each rich in history and charm. But you also glide past some beautiful quiet countryside, hilltop abbeys, charming villages. It's a blend of urban sophistication and storybook landscapes. What makes it stand out to me is the world-class music, architecture, and cuisine, all within a week on a comfortable sailing. To me, it's the perfect introduction to European river cruising. If you're a fan of classical music, art history, or old world charm, you're going to feel right at home. So now you know. If you've been curious about river cruising or just want a calmer, richer way to explore Europe, this is your sign. In the next video, I'll be comparing river cruises and ocean cruises side by side. We're going to cover comfort, destinations, excursions, and what type of travel each one really suits best. If you've ever wondered what experience fits your style better, be sure to watch that video.